Well, we are back in Yellowstone and we have a short layover here in the northern part of Yellowstone before we move on to our next big adventure. We booked a spot at the Slough Creek campground, which is our first time staying here. It's a rustic campground run by the Park Service, so you book it through recreation.gov. It has pit toilets and no running water, so it's a lot less cushy than some of the other campgrounds in the park. But it's super close to Lamar Valley, and there's usually tons of wolf sightings along this road. Last time we were here, we spent a lot of time looking for wolves here, but completely struck out. Today we took a glorious nap and then came out to see what we would find, and lucky for us, we found a bison carcass just maybe like 100 yards off the road, and wolves and grizzly bears were feeding on it. They were taking turns feeding on it. So a grizzly mother with 3 I can't wait to show y'all what Kelly is doing on the other side of this camera. So grizzly and 3 cubs were feeding on the carcass. It's a pretty fresh kill, so there's a lot of meat still on it, and there were 2 wolves sort of sitting off to the side, and the grizzlies were just into it. And then eventually they left. I mean, they ate a lot of meat. They were eating for a long time, but once they left, the wolves came and ate some. It looked like they had been eating it first and then made way for the grizzlies, and then the grizzlies left and made way for the wolves. And we eventually saw the wolves cross the road and go back up to their den, which is like up here in these hills. And tomorrow we're going to do a pretty big hike, so we are thankful that it's not blazing hot. So that over there. I saw somebody crossing. Yesterday I saw it over here. This way. Well, good morning, Yellowstone. Nothing like starting your morning with a 30-foot creek crossing.
Maybe.
Slippery rocks. It's probably a good reminder because soon enough we'll be heading into some pretty wild stuff. No more cushy suspension bridges. We saw a bison do our crossing right before us, and he got like neck deep. In case you haven't ever seen bison, they're huge. So neck deep is like neck deep for us. So we chose a different path. We learned from his mistakes, so that was good. But we're hiking the Buffalo Fork Creek Trail today. Fitting, since we saw a buffalo in the creek at the very beginning. Out to the park boundary on the northern side and back, and we might pick up, if it exists, another trail that connects this one to Slough Creek. So that's the plan. Wow.
Right?
Oh, and that's The trail has been a trail this whole entire time. Like, I'm not kidding. This might be the longest section of trail we have ever hiked in Yellowstone that looked like a trail. 7 miles. And really the only problem we had was that we were so confused about the fact that it looked like a trail the whole time. We had to keep checking to make sure we weren't delirious. That it really was just like the trail is actually maintained the whole way. So that's been pretty cool. Now it's been super muddy for the last mile or so, maybe 3 miles or so. The rain, there was some rain that came through last night and the night before. So I'm guessing that has added to the factors out here. And we think we're approaching the park boundary, which is our turnaround point. There's been a couple of water sources and the scenery's just been awesome. It's like exactly what you always hope Yellowstone will be. So if you just want to like see more of the park and get a feel for what the wilderness looks like and feels like, what it feels like to maybe hike past a herd of 100 bison or see what's in those hills that you can see from the road, this might be a pretty good option for you. Woo! So much mud. I hit my mile. I'm assuming you did too.
And we're green.
I did not. I heard them. That's going to be a wrap on the Buffalo Fork Trail. This is one of the ones in the northern part of the park that crosses into Montana and back. So we made one more visit to the state where we spent so much time this summer. It's going to clock in at just over 14 miles and just about 2,200 feet of elevation gain, most of which was on the way out. It was a really lovely trail. Marmot. Sorry. We would definitely recommend this trail, except for one thing, and that is that you do have to ford a creek at the beginning and the end of it. So if that's not in your comfort zone, then this is probably not that great of an option for you. But if you're cool with that, then do it. That's all I have to say.